This is Muhammad Bara, known as Abu Yazid. When the Syrian uprising started in 2011, he joined the hundreds of activists turned journalists. He took his camera and went wherever there was a story to tell, a protest or a battle. This is Bara covering a rebels' push to take over Hama. This would be his last assignment. Bara was killed a few days later. This was 8 months ago. Bara's mother is still coming to terms with her grief.
My son spent the whole time covering protests and war. He used to tell me he'd take me on a trip all over the world once the war was over, and that he'd never leave me again.
Syria is the most dangerous country in the world for journalists. Despite that, many take to the streets to document every detail of the war, standing a few meters from where bombs are landing. Many have lost their lives, including photographer Khalid al-Isa, who was killed last year in Aleppo, and Mohammed al-Masalma, a local reporter covering the war for Al Jazeera Arabic channel. He was shot by a sniper in Dar'a in 2013. Fighting in Syria shows no sign of letting up. Government forces recapture more territory, the rebels retreat. Abdelrazak Madi is one of the few citizen journalists still operating in the villages of Al-Zawiya mountain area in northwestern Idlib province. Madi has covered some of the deadliest Russian and government attacks there.
Each time we go film the aftermath of an attack, government warplanes launch another airstrike, killing journalists and paramedics. I have seen terrifying scenes of bodies mutilated or burned beyond recognition.
Mahdi spends his days in the front line, and when he gets back home, he posts his pictures on social media. He wants the world to remember the atrocities of war. As the conflict in Syria continues, activists and journalists will continue what they've been doing for the last 6 years, showing the horrors of war to millions of people all over the world. And despite the dangers they face, they remain committed to taking the risks to tell the story. Hashem Ahelbarra, Al Jazeera, Gaziantep.